Welcome to the second semifinals match of the men's division of the National Developmental Sports League Volleyball Series 2025. Our match at hand, the Signal HD Spikers versus the Quinto Tires University of Perpetual Help System Delta, Altas. Introducing our officials for this match. First referee, Erlindo Eusebio, National Referee. Second referee, Irish Santos, National Referee. Presenting the starters. First, from the Signal HD Spikers, setter number 18, Sian Silang. Opposite hitter number 17, JM Ronquillo. Middle blocker number 15, Martin Bugawan. Outside hitter number 10, Wendell Miguel. Middle blocker number 6, Casey Andrade. Outside hitter number 11, Joshua Umandal. Their libero number 16, Van Prudenciado. And the coach of the Signal HD Spikers, Alexis Faitaren. Introducing the starters from the Quinto Tires Perpetual. Led by their team captain, middle blocker number 10, Jester Bornel. Outside hitter number 12, Kendall Albon. Outside hitter number 15, Dexter Arrozado. Middle blocker number 16, Arky Corpus. Opposite hitter number 17, Charles Palyasa. Setter number 21, Clint Michael Mateo. Their libero number 18, Nash Dimple Abenoja. And the head coach of Quinto Perpetual, Michael Carino. Best of luck to both teams.
And we're glad that you could join us for the main game of this 4-game slate semifinals. It is the Signal HD Spikers, the first seed in the men's division, going up against the Quinto Perpetual Altas. And my name is Joel Parcon, alongside my partner Tati Dulce and Andrea Veloso on the sidelines. Tati, an exciting main game that we have here.
Good evening, everyone. I am personally so excited for this game.
And we take a look at the starters for Signal. You've got Casey Andrade, Wendell Miguel, Jao Omandal, Martin Bugawan, JM Ronquillo, Chris Silang, and Libero Van Prudenciado. Meanwhile, for Quinto Perpetual, we've got Jester Bornel, Kendall Albon, Dexter Arrozado, Arky Corpus, Charles Palyasa, and Clint Mateo with Nash Abenoja, their libero. Why are you so excited for this ball game, Tati?
Multiple players inspire me this game, actually. Big fan, big fan.
Big fan of a lot of players here. Silang setting it up, and Andrade knocking it down.
Now, let's remind everybody that Signal is #1 currently in NDSL. #4 is the Perps, but you know what? If there's anything the Perps taught us is that not to underestimate their power.
Exactly. Speaking of power, Arrozado hitting that off the block right there.
That's good because, you know, in the past games, Arrozado struggled a little bit with consistency.
Especially from the service area, which will immediately be tested here.
Hopefully training did something. Yes, it
That
did.
was pretty good. Here's Josh Omandal reintroducing himself into this ball game.
Mandal shutting down Perpetual as soon as he possibly can, taking momentum back to his team.
And we have JM Ronquillo serving. And that is saved by Abinoja. Ronquillo sending it over. Set up. And that's Arky Corpus with a kill.
Arky Corpus, one of the main spikers for Perpetual that also helped carry last game.
And he will serve here for Quinto Perpetual. That is a service error, first error of the ball game.
I think it's also important to note the age gap between Perpetual and the veterans of Signal.
Signal HD Spikers are professional volleyball players. Here's Joshua Jao Omandal. Like a cannon, shooting from the service area. Immediately a service ace for Quinto Perpetual. Sorry, for Joshua Omandal and the Signal HD Spikers. Jao Omandal waiting as we need to wipe a wet spot on the court. It gets stronger and stronger, but that is just long. Palyasa will now serve. And another service error. Exchanging service errors are these two teams. A softer serve there by Bugawan. Jester Bornel.
Miguel a bit too far away from the net. If you look at that replay.
Quinto Perpetual getting closer. But Casey Andrade killing that. Giving Signal a 2-point lead once again. Silang with a serve.
Every player on the front row right now is the same height.
But Jester Bornel getting it off the block. Hindi makalayo dito right now ang Signal HD Spikers. Pero they cannot have those errors. That's their third service error now. Wendell Miguel serving. Here's the set. Arozado. And that's in. So point will go to Signal as we head to the first technical timeout. We'll be back.
Bilang mga veterano na simple lang ang gustong mangyari ng Signal for these semifinals, maintain the discipline and no complacency mindset, and of course prove to everyone that they did not just deserve but worked hard for the #1 spot. Una pa lang, hindi lang naman for the win ang target nila. It's all about improving the younger players like De La Noche, Prudenciano, and Maglinaw to keep their competitive spirit. And no excuses, they proved that they are promising and reliable this NDSL series. Pero sabi nga ni Team Captain Jao Mandal, hard work never stops no matter how good you are. Kaya para sa Signal, being #1 isn't the finish line. It's the challenge to keep earning it every single game. Back to you guys.
Good lesson to learn there. The need to maintain discipline. And they need to maintain hard work throughout these games. Abeno has slipped on a wet spot there, but he's keeping his spirits up. Pero mukhang may iniinda na siya sa kanyang left wrist.
But you know, Abenojas, we've seen in other games, he's the one that keeps the spirit up. In Perpetual, the libero that stands out.
Wendell Miguel, service error.
Perpetual needs to take advantage of these errors and move momentum to their side by gaining attack points.
Bihira lang mag-error ang Signal HD. Hindi nila pwedeng suklian ng error din on their end. As Coach Maki Carino calls for a time, the score is 10-6 in favor of Signal HD Spikers. We'll be back. And Signal HD Spikers currently enjoying a 4-point lead. Here's Arozado, that's in. He's been doing well dito sa ating game. Oh, there is a violation. Ball is out according to the first referee, Erlindo Eusebio. So it will be a point for Signal HD. And that is the wall of the Signal HD Spikers.
All right, you can really see the difference in experience on the court right now. You saw that Umandal read that so quickly. The timing was on point.
That comes from years and years of these battles, but Dexter Arozado making sure that time to hit it off the block and out of bounds. And we go back to his Achilles heel. Service errors. Na-adjust niya na yan kanina eh. Parang nanggigil siya ulit. Ganun din. Suklian lang talaga ng service errors right now. Bola babalik dito sa Quinto Perpetual Altas. Archie Corpus serving. More controlled serve there, as that's long, and it's off the block. It's a net. It's a touch. So point goes to Signal.
I don't know if JM Ronquillo did that on purpose, but it is, of course, a point is a point.
Jao Mandal serving once again. And that is a service ace.
Abenejo telling Arizado to adjust in terms of position to give him more space to receive.
Jao Mandal has been making a living from the service line. A little softer this time. The quick is good for Jester Bornel. Charles Palyasa will now serve. So we take another look at that. It went straight for Prudenciado, and immediately Jester Bornel apologizing to Prudenciado. Wendell Miguel is turned back, but it goes out of bounds. As we head to the second technical timeout, the score is 16-9, 7-point lead in favor of Signal HD Spikers. We'll be back. And we're back here at the Playtime Filoil Center. Signal HD Spikers with a 7-point lead. Albon getting that point. Going down the line. Silang sets it up, and that is a violation. Illegal attack from the back line. Fast and furious is the action. Casey Andrade getting that point there. And Arozado tried to swipe it off the block, and he is successful.
I think as much as they can, they're trying to utilize everything they can to their advantage, especially since they know that Signal is, in fact, more experienced than Perpetual. So I bet Arozado was doing everything in his power to like get through the block.
And he was successful there. From the back line. That was checked, and that will be a violation. And Andres will check in for Arozado. Here's a setup. Andres gets it in. From the back, Miguel, no good. And that attack is blocked. Score is 19-13. And Palyasa could not make that hit. Point
Yeah.
goes to Signal.
In fairness to Palyasa, he did try to make a point out of that. But again, high risk, high reward.
And the official score is 20-13. Seven-point lead for Signal. Defense is there for Bugawan.
Gowan and his blocks have been a recurring theme here in the NDSL.
Exactly. He is one of the many defensive anchors of the Signal HD Spikers.
Yes.
And that's another one. Jao Omandal. As Talisayan checks in for Palyasa. Casey Andrade with a serve. Corpus denied. And missed time there on the attack.
Miscommunication there from Mateo to his spikers.
Score is 23-13.
New setter here for the Quinto Perpetual.
Going to the opposite. And that goes in.
Maybe that's
For
what they
Talisayan.
need, a change of pace, a new setter. Also giving Mateo time to retreat into himself and rethink about his mistakes.
That's Justin Favilla, the new setter. And just like that, Martin Bugawan gets that point back, hammered that one like he was sealing a treasure chest shut. Ronquillo will serve. Straight into the net.
Fortunate there for Ronquillo.
They still have 9 set points.
But I do believe the errors that stand out for Signal since, you know, eliminations has been their service errors actually.
And that's it. Ronquillo makes up for that error with the kill. It's ending this first set with Signal up 25-15.
Ronquillo from the back line took that personally, wanted to make up for the service error that came beforehand.
And we'll be back with the second set. This is the NDSL Volleyball Series 2025. As we take a look at the Black Mamba Energy Drink Set recap, 10-point set win there for the Signal HD Spikers. In dominant form are the pro players. Jao Omandal finishing that set with, I believe, 6 points. Here we go. With the second set. First serve will go to the Signal HD Spikers, and it will be Kasana with a serve. Kasanya. There you go. Here's Miguel getting it through.
Miguel, not really a very consistent player, but when he does get the point, he gets the point.
Exactly. And that hit the antenna. So Arrozado will now serve. And yet again, that's a service error for Arrozado. Wendell Miguel serving for Signal. And Kendall Albon with the kill. Arky Corpus will serve for Quinto Perpetual here. Here's Omandal. Uses a two-hander and gets the point.
Nice cover there by Signal, and Omandal reading that, seeing the hole that was right there. And it was so funny because like everybody in Perpetual just kind of watched it happen.
Here's Kendall, that's long. Point for Signal. JC Andrade will now serve. Here's the set. Combo play, but it's checked by Wendell Miguel as Umandal with another kill.
Zhao takes it home. Per usual, you expect nothing less.
But that's a service error for Casey Andrade.
Again, Signal and their service errors.
Here comes Signal. Ronquillo with a kill.
JM Ronquillo now finishing his beautiful run in the front line, now in the back line, hopefully going to break the service error curse of Signal HD Spikers.
That remains to be seen.
Yes.
And still a service error.
Foot fault.
Foot fault.
I guess there's just a curse
There's
going
just a
on
curse,
for
yeah.
Signal.
Kendall Albon will serve for Quinto Perpetual. Ooh, sailing to that point.
From the back
Ronquillo.
line,
Exactly.
JM Ronquillo. He did that also in set 1.
I think that's his calling card. Jao Mandal will now serve. The cannonballs coming from Jao Mandal. And that is another point for Perpetual. Umandal, that's long.
Umandal came from the back row. It was so hard he had to sit down.
And he's asking for a mop.
I think that's one of the harder problems of volleyball.
Yeah, because they dive a lot.
In the constant cleaning of the court.
Constant cleaning, constant wiping.
Also just to avoid injury as well.
Exactly. Because they also, I mean, they jump a lot in the same spots.
That is true.
This is a tighter set as we head to our first technical timeout. Score is 8-6 in favor of Signal HD Spikers. We'll be back. And that's Martin Bugawan serving for the Signal HD Spikers. They're currently up by 2, 8-6 here in the second set. Arrozado, that attack is checked. Second one is long.
Arrozado and his spikes and his consistency, they really need to work on it, especially now. It's such a crucial moment here in the semifinals.
9-6 is the score. And that's a catch violation. Point goes to Signal. That's 3 straight errors now for Quinto Perpetual.
Mateo had a good, idea there. It was just hard for it to move forward. Corpus, I'm sorry. Ay, Mateo.
And Muhammad with another point for Quinto Perpetual.
Alright, 3 setters in the front line for Quinto Tires. Hopefully they'll be able to utilize that.
And serving. And once again, they're asking for someone to mop up a slick spot on the floor. And Ronquillo making sure that it is squeaky clean. And I think we're about ready to restart. Mateo will serve. Just enough there. Miguel lays it over. Oh, good hit there by Muhammad through the defense. Let's take another look at that play. Got it right in the middle of the two blockers. Over receive, joust. Omandal sends it over. Oh, bad receive by two Perpetual players there. Umandal! He just lobbed the grenade and it exploded on the opponent's court.
Jao Mandal does not look like he's playing, he's on a different level from everyone here.
The elevation. And as Arrozado uses the soft touch there to get the point for Quinto Perpetual.
Andrade and Roquillo, both of them looking at the bench, looking at their coaches, I believe, apologizing for that one.
And here's Arrozado once again. Softer serve this time. As Ronquillo gets it on the line.
I believe that the more time goes, Arrozado is playing it safer, which I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing, especially here in the semifinals.
This is such a crucial match. Mateo setting it up and Muhammad knocking it down. And the Quinto Perpetual Altas keeping up with Signal HD here in this second set as Umandal. He is blocked by Jester Bornel. Arky Corpus with the serve. That is an error.
I don't think the Quinto Tires can have those types of errors right now, especially against the Signal HD Spikers. They need every point that they can get.
They have 6 errors in this set alone. And that's another one there. Casey Andrade will serve. And Hataw. Antenna touch though. Another error.
But at least Quinto Tires isn't letting Signal pull away here in the double digits for now.
For now. As Jester Bornel all smiles there after getting that through. Muhammad with a serve. And that is a point for Wendell Miguel, and that takes us to our second technical timeout. Score is 16-12 in favor of the Signal HD Spikers. We'll be back.
Lobong Negros Occidental, Clint Mateo is now the oldest player and the leader for Quinto Tires. His mission to bring back the system and chemistry he once had with his seniors. Kasi sabi nga niya, cliche man, pakinggan, iba talaga kapag may chemistry at sinusunod ang sistema ng isang koponan. He was discovered by former Perpetual head coach Sammy Akailar, who spotted him through Facebook Reels during the pandemic, playing in a local league back in his hometown. Since then, the rest is history. Clint is now making the most of his college years with Perpetual. Down by one set, we'll see how this leader bounces back and sets the tone for his team at the rest of the game. Joel and Tati.
And that's a nice story, you know. Seeing those Facebook Reels getting discovered because of that. Kendall Albon serving. And that is an attack error by Ronquillo.
There seems to be a pattern here with Ronquillo when he makes a service error. Signal tends to give it to him, but unfortunately this time it didn't go through.
As Kendall sends it through the baseline. Extending this lead of Signal back up to 3. And on the joust, that goes out. Point will go to Signal. Jao Omandal now serving. And that's just long. Jester Bornel will now serve for the Altas. Within shadow, getting it. And that's Bugawan getting the point.
You know what? Good defense on Signals, and they're doing very well in terms of that. Not just their offense, of course.
As Bugawan will now serve. Here's Arozado. He's been a source of offense. Inconsistent it may be, as it may be. As Casey Andrade sending it back.
Abenoja, although struggling in terms of floor defense right now, it's good that he's still trying to keep the momentum of his teammates. Sorry, the morale, not the momentum. The morale of his teammates high.
Checking in for the first time for the Quinto Perpetual Altas is John Castile. And he will get a chance right away and score. Going back to what you were saying, Tati, Abenoja has been the Energizer Bunny of the Quinto Perpetual Altas. That's a service ace for Mateo. I don't know if you ever saw those commercials. The Energizer Bunny, is that not familiar to you?
No.
Oh, you can look for it on YouTube. It's because they wanted to say that the Energizer battery is the battery that keeps on going, as Casanya wins that point for Signal HD.
Casanya with a lot of attitude on that joust by the net. Good on Prudent Shadow, by the way, for that nice cover.
Recovering are the HD Spikers. Omandal, you know this is going to him. But that's long. Jao Omandal has been off on his trajectory in his past few attacks. Castile now serving for Quinto Perpetual. Ronquillo, now that's on the line.
Omandal was just walking with his arms out. But good on Ronquillo. I guess it was a lot of trust on Umandal's end.
He knew that it was heading to Ronquillo. That's how familiar these players are with each other now.
There was so much confidence and trust.
That's a double contact on Umandal. Score is 22-19. A better showing here by Quinto Perpetual in the second set. Let's see if they can get over the hump. But not if it's up to Jao Umandal sending that ball on a one-way ticket to the Hardwood Express. Casey Andrade now serving for Signal. The quick is covered. Bugawan with a soft touch. And our referees asking once again for assistance in mopping an area.
You know, by this point, they should just leave the mop like right next to us. I'll do it, you know?
Are you sure? As we take a look at, well, aside from the server, Casey Andrade, you can see behind him the bench of Signal HD spikers trying to keep warm and loose. Umandal is turned back by Muhammad.
Muhammad really stepping up for the Quinto Tires this game.
Set point saved there. As Favilla will check in for Muhammad. And second referee, Irish Santos, telling Favilla and Muhammad to get into the correct spot. Again,
Volleyball is very strict, very formal.
the formality. I love the formality of it. And that is a kill by Ronquillo, giving Signal HD this second set. They are now up by 2-0, finishing this 25-20. We'll be back for the third set as we take a look at some highlights from that last play. Last kill by Ronquillo. We'll be back for the third set. This is the NDSL Volleyball Series 2025. And we take a look at the Black Mamba Energy Drink set recap. 2-0 in favor of the Signal HD Spikers. A better showing, though, by Quinto Perpetual Altas in that second set. Take us through it, Tati.
The Quinto Tires actually got to keep the pace up with the Signal HD Spikers, which is already a big respect to them in terms of age gap, in terms of skill, you know, and obviously in terms of position in the NDSL. As for the Signal HD Spikers, they were kind of off on their footing this set in comparison to the first set, but I think it was out of something else. Maybe it was out of mindset, but we'll see here in the third set and compare it to the past two.
Chance for Signal HD Spikers to finish this in straight sets once again. Remember, they've only lost one set throughout this entire tournament, and that is against the team that is already in the finals, the Alpha Protectors.
What do you expect from past UAAP, past NCAA players that have been doing this probably most of their life, you know? And again, they are veterans straight out of college, a lot of them.
And we are just about ready to start the third set. Some new players for Signal on the floor. Valbuena has checked into the game, so has Maglinaw and JP Bugawan as well.
They're hyping each other up. It's a new set of players for the Signal HD Spikers.
De La Noche as well is a new player for Signal here in the third set. Here's Silang with the set, and Maglinaw couldn't get it through.
But let's remember, in the past Signal HD Spiker game, Vince Maglinaw was actually player of the game.
Clint Mateo will serve. Oh, nice soft touch, but Abenoja is there to pick it up. Silang. And that is a net touch.
Great cover there by Abenoja. He really is everywhere, Abenoja.
That's a mark of a good libero.
Exactly.
But they can't afford these errors.
Is it just me, or has Mateo not been on his best game today? It seems in comparison to last game, Mateo seems a bit off with his play.
Could the pressure of playing against the top men's division team in the Philippines be getting to him?
And not just that, it is the semifinals. It's do or die for them if they want a seat this Friday.
Of course, we hope that you can join us here at the Playtime Filoil Center for the finals. 3 teams have already booked their tickets. That's AFP Lady Gunners versus the DHTSI team for the women's division. And in the men's division, the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Waiting on who will win in this game. Albon is blocked, but it goes out of bounds. So Kendall Albon will get the point.
Speaking of the Alpha Insurance Protectors, some of the Alpha players were watching in the first 2 sets.
Probably while waiting for dinner.
They were scouting their opponents for the championship.
As that is a service error. So Signal will get that point. De La Noche serving. And he will commit a service error as well.
Signal's been making a lot of errors since the start of this set. If they don't want Kinto Tires to get this set, they better figure a way through this.
And yet another. Oh, that's a block credited to Jester Bornell. Argy Corpus will serve. Maglinaw checks it. And that is blocked and goes out. Valbuena with a point. The coaches of Quinto Perpetual telling them, alaga tayo. They have a 2-point lead. One of the few times that they have led here in this match. Good dig by Abinoja there. Albon rises for the kill. No. And that is off the block from JP Bugawan. And Bugawan asking, sorry, that's Abinoja asking for someone to mop that wet spot there. And Abinoja just asking his teammates for one. There's the quick set, and Jester Bornel. That spike had more bite than a hungry hippo.
If Quinto Tires keep doing this, they'll be able to lead into the first technical timeout.
That will be unexplored territory against the Signal HD Spikers. Good pickup there. Bugawan gets it right back. Maglinaw, that's wide! And Quinto Perpetual will head into their first technical timeout in the lead. 8-5. We'll be back.
You know what, Joel and Tati, even though Quinto Tires are down by 2 sets, their energy is just undeniable. They're here to enjoy, to learn, and to grow. Pre-game, Clint Mateo told me how important it is for them to improve their passing, since that was their biggest problem against Signal in the eliminations. And during the huddle kanina, I actually heard them say, at least nakakapasa na tayo. That's a silver lining, guys. It showed they're focused on getting better, even in the smallest details. I also have to commend Abenoja's energy, both on the floor and on the bench. He's been dominating every motivational speech. Always the first to hype up his teammates whenever they're down or frustrated. Honestly, it's like the Barbie San Andres of the Quinto Tires. And let's be real, every team needs a guy like that. Back to you guys.
That's true. And that is the role that Tati plays for the panel.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
Yes, enjoy, learn, and grow. Words to live by as they head into the NCAA wars for school year 25-26. Jester Bornel getting that through. And they are up by 4, 10-6. Silang. Again, Jester Bornel.
Jester Bornel on fire right now.
And Coach Maki Carino giving some additional instructions to the intense and energetic Clint Abinoja. Unfortunately, Kendall Albon gives away the serve. Chance here for Signal HD to string a couple of points together. But Mohammed denies them that opportunity. Arky Corpus back in the game. Jester Bornell serving. Silang. And that is a net violation on Arky Corpus. Vince Maglinaw now at the service line. Here's the set. And beautiful quick. Mateo and Corpus working together for that point.
Something's going on Signal's end, and they need to be able to catch themselves right now. It seems like they're depending on the errors of the other team instead of getting their own attack points.
Exactly. They are currently on the back foot as Arky Corpus gets a second straight point. Signal HD forced to call a timeout. They're now down by 6, 14-8. We'll be back. Signal HD Spikers in unfamiliar territory right now, down by 6. And Quinto Perpetual with 14 points to their 8. Silang. And that is a good setup for Valbuena.
All right, a little more confidence boost maybe with Valbuena's point.
As JP Bugawan has checked back in the game for Prudenciado. Ball is live, but finally, 4 touches. I think that was an attack by Mohammed. Castile will now serve. And it's a net touch on Albon.
Quinto Tires have the upper hand right now. All these net touch violations are unnecessary, especially if they want to take home this set.
Exactly.
They're doing so well in their offense. I bet errors like these would be very disappointing if it would be their downfall.
De La Noche with the serve. They want to be perfect here, and that is how they want it. Albon sends us to the second technical timeout with Quinto Perpetual Altas up 16-10. We'll be back. And the Quinto Perpetual Altas are up 16-10 here in this third set. Let's see if the Signal HD Spikers can mount a comeback as that quick attack is short. Multiple subs coming in. Casanya, Ronquillo, and Miguel. Going in for De La Noche. Silang and Valbuena.
I think it was the fact that their dynamic wasn't working there in the second 6. So they had to bring them back, especially since leading by 7 points, Quinto Tires, the longest lead, would be not good for their confidence.
Here's Casanya, giving it up. And speaking of confidence, Quinto Perpetual now oozing with it.
Perpetual already has momentum on their side, so it would be very hard for the Signal HD spikers to be able to stop that and catch up.
Casanya setting up Miguel. Oh, good. Last second flip there by Bornell, as that is wide. And Abenoja giving instructions from the bench.
We love a very loud libero.
Not the best receive there. Mohammed, that attack is dug, as there is a double contact on Signal. They are forced to call their second time out here. They're down by 10, 20-10. We'll be back. Quinto Perpetual up by 10, 20-10. Signal HD needs to get their things in order,
There we go.
as Ronquillo might just be the spark plug.
Good job to Ronquillo giving back momentum to the Signal HD spikers. Now this could be their chance to catch up after that second six fiasco.
Wendell Miguel with the serve. Mohammed, ball is live. Good foot save there by JP Bugawan. Casanya. And Ronquillo with back-to-back points. And the bench of Signal HD starting to get noisy. They're starting to feel the energy.
Good on Casanyas for that set. You know, it was really hard to read where he was going to put it, and Ronquillo took it away.
Chance ball here. Ronquillo off the block. That forces Coach Maki Carino to call a timeout to try and arrest this momentum. We'll be back. And Ronquillo has been instrumental in what could be the beginning of a comeback from Signal HD.
Former DLSU Green Spiker, JM Ronquillo.
But Jester Bornell, all jokes aside, getting that kill.
Jester Bornell has been carrying a lot, especially when it comes to quick attacks here for Quinto Tire.
As Mohammed will step out in favor of Favilla. That serve though is long.
You Quinto Tire bench was saying a while ago that it's not over yet.
Here's Albon. That spike was a lightning bolt and the defense just got thunderstruck. And he follows that up with a service error. They are 3 points away from taking this set. De La Noche and Silang come back in. Ronquillo and Casanya step out. Here's Castile. That's wide. Oh, but a net touch has been called on Signal.
Critical moment that, because you know that really ruins the confidence of a player.
And Andrade with an attack error. Quinto Perpetual is now at set point. Jester Bornell, they have, according to our scoreboard here in the court, 8 set points. And that goes out. Maglina with a point.
Quinto Tire is telling their teammates na hindi pa tapos. They can't let go, not right now.
Oh, mistimed attack there. As point goes to Signal HD Spikers. Score is 24-18. Vince Maglina with a serve. Here's Wendell Miguel. And that is a timeout by Coach Maki Carino. Score is 24-19. The score is 24-19, a 5-point lead in favor of Quinto Perpetual Altas. 5 set points for them.
Pressure on Vince Maglina to not make a service error, to play it safe here at set point.
Here's the setup, Castile. And that is off the block, and Quinto Perpetual gets this set. They're now still down 2-1 as we take another look at that last play. Castile just got it through the block and gets the point. We'll be back for the fourth set. This is the NDSL Volleyball Series 2025. And let's take a look at our Black Mamba Energy Drink set recap. 2-1. Quinto Perpetual Altas doing what only one other team has done here in the NDSL, and that is win a set against the juggernaut that is the Signal HD Spikers.
I wouldn't say it was all because Signal's second six wasn't doing the dynamic that they wanted. I'd also like to think Quinto Tires was doing pretty well in terms of offense and defense in that third set.
Jester Bornell scored 5 points in that third set, same as Kendall Albon, really leading the way on offense for the Quinto Perpetual Altas, as you can see them on your screen right now.
But let's also mention Abenoja and his energy and his floor defense and the way that he lifts up his teammates consistently. Speaking of lifting up their teammates, you see the Signal HD Spikers running around the court, getting ready for set 4, ready to take this home.
Prudenciado himself is the ball of energy for the Signal HD Spikers.
So is the Liberos.
Exactly. Mohammed off the block. So Quinto Perpetual with the first point here in this fourth set. Let's see if they can bring that momentum from that third set win here as Ronquillo snuffs that like a candle in the dark. Wendell Miguel serving. Good defense by Jao Omandal, who has re-entered the battle.
Manda really is on another level in this entire match, actually.
And once again, Jao Omandal providing the shield.
Block points for Jao Umandal. You know what? I think he found his footing again because back in the second set, remember, he was not on his best game. But set 1, he was good. And now back here in set 4.
Oh, that's a little too strong for Wendell Miguel. Giving the ball back to Quinto Perpetual. Arky Corpus serving. They're down by 1. And JP Bugawan with a thunderclap.
You know, I think this start of the fourth set really made the minds of Signal HD Spikers reset.
And there is a net violation. Point will go to Quinto Perpetual. Mohammed with a serve. That's long. Ronquillo will now serve for Signal. Mateo setting it up. Albon blocked and got hit in the head. Umandal getting ready. That is in.
The confidence Umandal has, you know, in himself and in his skill. That just shows like how much experience he has in the game.
Albon, that is on the line. Di na naman makalayo itong Signal. Although lamang sila right now.
They're not getting complacent, this team.
Here's the setup. Again, Umandal. And just like Jericho's wall, the defense crumbles at the hands of one Jao Umandal.
You know, the setter of Signal HD Spikers. There's a lot of thrust in Umandal now, but now that he's in the back line, we'll see how Silang will be able to utilize his spikers.
Well, he just might go back to Jao Umandal because Jao just sails even from the back line.
That is true.
1-2 play goes for Mateo.
Again, need for the mop on the court.
And keeping in step are the Quinto Perpetual Altas. That score is 7-5. Jester Bornel serving. Prodenciado over receive. Here's Miguel. Blocked, but they keep it in. And Miguel, that's wide.
Again, I mentioned this. Wendell Miguel isn't the most consistent player in attacks, but you do know that he will make it up in the next point.
So we'll see what he can do here as Jester Bornel will serve once again. He has a power serve of his own. And just like what I told you, even from the back line,
It does
Jao
not stop
Umandal,
him.
exactly. He sends us to our first technical timeout. Signal HD Spikers up 8-6. We'll be back. And the Signal HD Spikers are up 8-6 as Martin Bugawan will serve. Catching Quinto Perpetual by surprise there. That was a little off rhythm with how he all of a sudden sent the ball over. But he follows that up with a service error.
You can see how Bugawan looks very frustrated with himself after that save.
Mateo serving. Good receive by Miguel. Again from the back end. Jao Omandal.
Nothing is stopping this man.
Nothing at all.
There could be like 5, 6 blockers in front of him and he would not stop.
Mateo setting it up for the quick. And that's in. That's Muhammad with a point.
You know, at least Quinto Tires, they're playing this game more intelligently. Because they know that although Signal HD Spikers have the upper hand in power, they could use their smarts to outwit them.
Exactly. JP Bugawan joining the offensive attacks. And that was my error earlier. That was John Castile with the point. Wendell Miguel. Bugawan sends it back. The setup for Bugawan, but he is turned back.
Frustration in JP Bugawan after that. Quinto Tires doing really well on trying really hard on blocking the Signal HD Spikers as much as they can.
There's a receive by Prodenciado. Omandal using the soft touch that time, forcing the blockers to run into each other.
To be fair, everybody would expect Umandal to take that point in the most powerful spike. So a drop here and there is just a big surprise.
7 points for Omandal already in this set alone. Here's Mateo with the setup. Albon gets it through the defense.
Albon doing his little victory lap after that point.
And this has been close all throughout this set. Zain Muhammad serving. Here's the setup. And that will go out of bounds. Ronquillo with a point. He will now serve. Opportunity to increase this Signal HD Spikers lead. And that is a violation. 4 touches. Casanya and De La Noche will check in for Ronquillo and Silang, giving them a bit of a breather. Here's Mateo. Good combo play. Albon with another point. Score is 14-11. 3-point lead in favor of the first seeded Signal HD Spikers. And that is in for Jao Umandal.
Jao Umandal wanting to end this already.
But he will have to exit the game for now. Maglinaw checking into the game.
Hopefully Maglinaw has found his footing as well after being on the bench.
Expect Signal to send back Silang, Ronquillo, and Umandal towards the end of this set. Great attack there by Castile.
Mistake there by Miguel. I really think that every single time they give a free ball to Quinto Tires, the Quinto Tires should not be underestimated. They will do everything with that chance ball.
Just like they did so there. Cutting that lead down to 3. But that service error sends us to our second technical timeout with Signal HD Spikers up 16-12. We'll be back. And Signal HD Spikers up by 4 here in the fourth set, 16-12. Martin Bugawan serving. Mateo setting it up. And that is out of bounds as the point goes to Signal. Here's Mateo setting it up once again. Attack by Signal. That stays in for John Castile. Serving is Mateo. And while our first referee talks with Wendell Miguel.
I think they're telling Wendell Miguel to calm down a little bit.
And that's an error. Oh, so it's because Wendell Miguel has been getting into the habit of holding on to the net. Chance ball for Signal HD Spikers here. And Abenoja keeps it alive. Another chance ball. Here it is once again. Going to the back for De La Noche. They give it right back in. And that is a point. Andrade.
I think Andrade was surprised with himself too. he keeps doing the motion after.
He was like, this is how you do it, guys, with the left hand. Timeout called by Quinto Perpetual Alta. Score is 19-13. We'll be back. And the Signal HD Spikers are up by 6, 19 to 13. Here in the fourth set, De La Noche sends that serve sailing past the baseline.
Signal can't be complacent now. We know that the Quinto tires. The moment that their confidence boosts up, they will catch up and they will get this set.
New entry into the game, Mark Lemuel Tangon. This is the first time that he's playing in this match. De La Noche. No good. And that is Casanya with the kill. Valbuena checks back into the match in favor of Wendell Miguel. And that goes out.
Almost
So-
touched by Prudenciado. He had to tell himself outside before he dodged it.
So Valbuena will serve once again. And finally, that's Kendall Albon with a kill.
The Perps catching up. If Signal wants to end this game, they need to stay aggressive and they need to stay on their feet.
And they cannot afford, the Quinto Perps cannot afford these errors.
Exactly.
22-15 in favor of the Signal HD Spikers. Casey Andrade with a good serve. Here's Albon with a good kill.
Albon and Bornell carrying the offense of the Quinto Perpetual.
Score is 22-16.
Are they sure that they want to substitute in such a critical moment?
Justin Favila has re-entered the game.
Coach Maki experimenting.
And Bugawan, his attack is wide.
Signal shouldn't wait for the Perpetual to make a error.
Martin Bugawan, that's no error. Dropping it in the middle.
I think Martin Bugawan was a bit traumatized by the point before.
As Jester Bornell with another point, keeping the hope alive for the Quinto Perpetual Altas. Kendall Albon serving for Perpetual. Oh, that was off. Casanya to Maglinaw.
Maglinaw finally getting his spotlight there after a pretty long warm-up on his end.
6 match points now for Signal HD Spikers. Vince Maglinaw, can he see things clearly? Apparently not for that serve. Ramping up the suspense. Now, will this be it? Jester Bornell. Here's the attack. And boom goes the dynamite. As the Signal HD Spikers book a ticket to the NDSL Finals, winning this 3-1. That set 25-19. And the different players of the Signal HD Spikers contributing here, but props to the Quinto Perpetual Altas for getting a set from the Signal HD Spikers.
Right. You know, the Kinto Tires, they did their very best throughout the, we saw a lot of growth from them, from the elimination round now to the semifinals. We saw a lot of growth in each of the players, and they showed us and all the viewers watching what they've got. And the Signal HD Spikers expected nothing less from their performance here in the NDSL semifinals.
As we take a look at the Black Mamba Energy Drink set recap, first 2 sets went to Signal. Then Quinto Perpetual got that 3rd set, but Signal HD closed it out. As we take a look at some highlights from that 4th set. And you mentioned growth for Quinto Perpetual. I mean, that was one of the reports of Andrea, for them to enjoy, learn, and grow. And grow they did. And speaking of Andrea, she is with our Spalding standout spiker of the game, none other than Jao Omandal.
Player of the game, none other than Jao Mandal of the of Signal. Congratulations to Jao. You know, your energy didn't change even when the momentum shifted during that 3rd set. Where did this confidence and
Siguro, syempre, kailangan andun pa rin yung present namin kahit nasa labas kami. Syempre, tinitraining namin din yung ganitong sitwasyon. Although hindi ganito yung expectation namin sa game, pero win ay win para sa amin.
Jao, pasok na kayo sa finals. That's the silver lining of this game. Any message to your teammates?
Siguro focus lang din kami na handward sa ginagawa namin. Mas pagtuunan namin ng pansin yung mga pagkukulang namin, and then yung mga opportunity na dumadating sa bawat isa sa amin, kailangan namin talaga i-grab siya as a team.
Very well said, Jao. Baka may gusto kang pasalamatan.
Pinapasalamatan ko yung mga teammates ko, syempre yung mga coaches, Signal Management, yung family ko. And
Congratulations, Jao, and of course to Signal. Back to you guys.
And congratulations to Jao Omandal and the Signal HD Spikers for winning this 3-1 and booking their ticket to the finals of the NDSL Finals is in the Volleyball Series 2025. That finals will happen this Friday. They will go up against the Alpha Insurance Protectors in the men's division. In the women's division, it will be the AFP Lady Gunners going up against DHTSI. That is this Friday, also here at the Playtime Filoil Center. So kung gusto yung manood ng napakagandang volleyball action, pumunta po kayo dito, o kung di kaya ay panoorin ninyo sa ating mga live stream sa YouTube at sa Facebook. And so on behalf of my partner Tati Dulce, Andrea Veloso, our courtside reporter, and the hard-working men and women of Nudge Plus and the NDSL, this has been Joel Parcon wishing you all a good night. This is the National Developmental Sports League Volleyball Series 2025. Ayo-ayo mong tanan mga bay.